Hey, it's Crypto Mitch here. As promised, here's some market analysis. So, public companies are buying crypto like crazy. There's 10 to 20 trillion dollars coming into the crypto market. Telcoin is set to outperform. Let's get stuck into it. So, this is my analysis. It's not financial advice, it's just independent analysis from a guy on the internet. I'm just here trying to provide for my family and help a few people along the way. So, all of it comes from publicly free, accessible information online. So, seek professional advice for your investment decisions. Public companies are reporting buying crypto this week like crazy. SharpLink bought 75,000 ETH. There's Hilbert Group buying 200 plus Bitcoin. GameStop is buying. Semler Scientific bought 187 Bitcoin. Strategy bought 4,200 Bitcoin. Metaplanet 797 Bitcoin. BlackRock bought 57,000 ETH. Fidelity 4,000 ETH. Vivo Power 120 million in XRP. Trident Digital 500 million in XRP. The list goes on and on. People are buying crypto like crazy. This is not going away. Major analysts predict the money flows up to 10 to 20 trillion. Citibank is saying 4 to 5 trillion dollars tokenized assets. McKinsey saying 2 trillion, BCG 16.2 trillion. You've got the White House executive director saying 15 to 20 trillion. Raoul Pal saying 50 to 100 trillion in market cap. BitTrue saying 10 trillion. ARK Invest saying Bitcoin to 6.5 trillion by 2030. Money is coming. It's going to break the mold. These market caps we have right now are babies. They're not going to last. So predictions for market cap should be done with like a forecast of trillions of dollars entering the asset class. The peak market estimate, if you think of it as a short cycle, the peak is likely in November of 2025. If you're thinking about the market being an extended cycle with all of these regulations and things rolling out over time, then peak might be in June 2026. The CoinGlass bull market peak indicator is suggesting that 0 out of 30 metrics are calling this the top right now. So I'll be monitoring this on my X account. Bitcoin dominance has been growing. It actually broke out of what was like a trend line here. We had this point, this high, and then this high. It actually broke above that over the past like 6 months. But now what we've been starting to see is a pullback. Money's starting to flow out of Bitcoin and into ETH. The low will be roughly the $33 low on that downward trend line there. And this is key for altcoin season. But we'll start to see a lot more money flow into Bitcoin and ETH over the coming weeks as we have been. Bitcoin dominance, you can see there, this yellow line here, it's starting to drop a little bit. Solana dominance and altcoin dominance doing pretty well. ETH's been growing from about 9% there to about 15%, so that's looking pretty solid. Crypto market heat map, so most things are still below neutral, so we're still heavily undervalued. A lot of altcoins have a lot of upside to go. No need to worry about anything, still good times to enter. This section down here shows undervalued. This section shows overvalued. So yeah, ETH on the 4 hour has just broken out of its flag pattern, which is very bullish. This will pull up the rest of the market. You can see the ISM manufacturing index has, since the inauguration, it's been pulling back for about 4 or 5 months, and now we're starting to see some bullish movement. This basically tells you how easy it is to run a business. Being above 50 is good for business and good for assets, so we're tracking well to break that, and historically it's lined up with the bull markets. I just posted this today. I'll be bringing out a lot more analysis today. Telcoin is primed for a short-term rally. So the bullish flag there, it's textbook how it's been going. It's a 100% rally from bottom to top. We've been pulling back quite nicely from about that 0.75 cent mark down to about, what's this, the 0.64 cent mark. I had 0.53 cents as the floor bottom lined up with the liquidation heat maps, which I'll show in a sec. I had that for a while, but I think we've kind of had these higher lows here, which means that region's very unlikely to be hit. It's still in play as like the bear scenario because it lines up with this 100 4-hour moving average and the 200 4-hour moving average. But yeah, I kind of see Telcoin staying along this support level and breaking through that flag, and it will be taking cues from ETH and a little bit from Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's dominance is weakening, so it'll be interesting to see that play out. And this is just kind of the next target. It's not my higher targets, which should be next. So in November 2024, I upped my target from 23 cents. So I had 23 cents for about a year as my target. And then November 2024, doing a lot more analysis, hearing about all of the market, the changes, things like that, hearing about Telcoin's fundamental developments and just the things I've been doing in the TAO and with the coin, the improvements to the app, all of that. I doubled my target, and that was based off of the Tel Bitcoin all-time high. So Tel Bitcoin all-time high is about 11 cents, even still today. And I was doing a 5x multiple on that. So that's 55 cents, which is double this very high likelihood target of 23 cents here. So I've got my targets there. This is from November 2024. I'm still very confident in these numbers. Timings are what's hard, but that's where we talked about short cycle, late cycle earlier in this video. So Bitcoin heat map it's come down, it's chewed up a little bit of the lower liquidity. There's still a bit to go at the bottom. It might not eat this up, maybe probably down to like the 117k mark, but there is liquidity building up at 120k, 121, 122k for Bitcoin. So shift upwards will obviously break out Telcoin, and these other altcoins will start to rally from their flag patterns. Telcoin's heat map, it's come down, it's eaten some of this liquidity down at this 0.6 cents mark, and we have liquidity building up at 0.7 cents up to say, 0.7.5 cents there. So this is my forecast for the future. Lots of different reasons why I believe in this. Probably spent about 500 hours on this chart here over the past 3 years. We have an elliptical curve here, which is just the long-term support level. We have the white lines, which are kind of a channel in different zones, and you can link this with like an RSI, so an overbought, top of channel, underbought, bottom of channel, and then kind of a neutral RSI channel line there. So yeah, very much targeting all-time highs, and this would be a 2x of the all-time high, 4x, and an 8x of the all-time high. I just put out a post recently saying that most of the major coins did like a 3x of their all-time high. So that puts us neatly around here, the 23 cents. And if what we're expecting is the big exchanges will start to list Telcoin once it's showing a lot of bullish volume and liquidity, that will probably lead to a blow-off top scenario where the retail investors or dumb money will buy in at the top, essentially, pump it, probably likely in like 100% in a short period of time. Sometimes we can have parabolic moves of like 100% over, 72 hours. So yeah, I do see potentially 23 cents as a resistance there, very high likelihood target, 55 cents as a blow off top scenario, and that would be kind of what I think is realistic with all the data, taking into consideration that it is quite a big move, and also a lot of the movements in Telcoin with their fundamentals. So you've got Mike Flood in Congress. He's been working on Telcoin. Telcoin's working on legislation with the White House. So there's a lot of really massive things. They've got their new marketing partners coming out, going live in the future, Storm. You've got the app working well. You have the stable coins working well. You have the digital banking license approved. You have Telcoin Bank. You have 50 MNOs coming on by the end of the year, says the CEO, Paul Nooner. So very good opportunity here. Again, do your own research, look into it, listen to other analysts. This is just one person's opinion. But yeah, leave what you think in the comments. Let's chat more on my X, and I'll continue to put out snippets throughout the day. Talk soon, guys. I'm Crypto Mitch. Bye.